So when you just quote MTech student in IIT, there is a perception that he will only do studies and get a placement.
I wanted to do something different than the majority of the people doing. I wanted to understand and explore everything. So yeah, so whoever is in their college life, I would say you should.
Masters is more than just a job. I believe Masters is more about exploring yourself, trying new things, upskilling yourself, and creating memories. This 2 years can really transform you as a person and your entire life if you make some good use of time. And in this podcast, I have someone who has really made good use of her time and should be inspiration for many. Her name is Anwesha. So she did her master's from IITH, scored 8 plus pointers, published 4 research papers, and also got placed in NVIDIA. But more than that, she explored everything as she could in the masters. Name it, swimming, fashion show, event management, and lot more. So in this video, I just wanted to decode her different experiences which she did during masters and also how she managed her time effectively. I am sure that you would get a different perspective on masters after watching this video. So enjoy and let me know if it changed your mindset or not. So from where do you want to start? Can we start from fashion show?
Okay, directly into fashion. So it was the cultural fest time. There was this event called Glitz and Glamour, and the judge was Miss Grand India 2022 winner, Prachi Nagpal, as she
Oh.
was there, and pageant thing, like a beauty pageant, that kind of was there in my back of my mind because I used to see girls walking so confidently, So it's about your confidence and your body language. Like,
Hmm.
how could you embrace everything, each of your flaws, and then walk in such a stage? So, like, that was there in the back of my mind. I never thought I'll do it. But then coming to ITH, I felt like, okay, I can give it a shot. So it was this event. I felt like not many CS students would take part, right? Because if you're from CS, no one's gonna take part in it. So the
Yeah.
thing that how people will judge me or what if I fail, that was completely out. Because I know there's no CS students or like the coding people who would like judge you. And I know that I am a beginner and I'm a noob there. And there's a design department, right? Like
Yeah.
they would be like so good at it. So I felt like as a beginner, if I'm going and if I'm at least participating, that's a lot. Let me make use of this platform. Because if you're doing it outside or anywhere, there would be a lot of people, lot of competition, and then people to judge you. So failing here in this small, crowd is fine. So I gave it a shot, and I didn't expect that it would turn out to be this good.
I don't know. Like in college as well, many people face this problem, right? Even if it is not CS department, somewhere or other people would come to know about it later.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
was
right.
there any fear before participating or second thought when
Yeah,
you were
those were there, and I thought whatever it comes, I'll ignore it. And I was thinking mostly my batch people, no one would come to know or like anyone. It would be the design department because no one would bother to like watch Glitz and
Yeah.
Glamour. And then I let it that I'll just ignore, and I'm new. And see, I was new there, so it's fine. New people are getting used to you, and you don't know much people, so it's fine. But it came out to be well, and
Yeah.
people are appreciating. And I couldn't believe that, oh, it was good. And that motivated me the first time. And there were a couple of 2, 3 times when again this kind of event took place, like a batch group fashion show and
Mm.
like single fashion show. All these came up and we participated. Like that boosted the confidence for the later one. But each time, still, when you do it, you'll
Mm.
think this that what if I'm making fun of myself? But the satisfaction you get after doing it is huge. Like I just think, okay, once you do it, you'll be happy and you are one more step braver than what you were.
Yeah. When I saw the video, I could not believe it was the first time. I was like, you might be knowing it. Were in fashion before as well, like interested in fashion, reading about fashion.
I mean, I used to like seeing the pageants walk, but it was not that I thought that I would be doing it. But it was the first time, and then it continued for over three
Okay.
years, and that was nice.
Many questions. Who helped you with costumes, makeup, and everything then?
So, like we were participating as a group, and there was a design student, a third year BTech student. She was in design, and this particular theme, which the video is
Mm.
being played, it was a Met Gala. So like
Okay.
she only helped us to. She only gave some ideas. You can put stones under your eyes, and you can take this extra piece of material and wrap around. And some piece of cloth which I had, which was glittery, and then she paired it up and all.
Mm.
So it was like that. And
Nice.
then my podmates were there and they were very encouraging. They helped me click videos, like they took the videos and then helped me click my own photos later.
Have you spoken to them before as well, or it was during this event
Yeah,
only?
during this event, I used to meet up with people, and there only you become friends, and then you spend the next few days, and like during the practice sessions, and do the practice sessions with them, stay with them. So, like, it was very interesting. Like, you're getting to know more people, know what they do, their perspective. Like,
Mm.
these people were from NIPS and all, and like, they were good at it.
Many people don't know this about IITs. The same thing. Even if it is a fest, even if you are participating, there would be people to help you out. You just need to approach
Yeah,
right
exactly.
people.
And you will find your right comment group everywhere. So even
Yeah.
if I don't have anyone with me, I would just appear randomly to some event and I find a group always. So it works very well.
Yeah. Cool. Let's move to another thing, which would just give me 1 minute.
Like I saw this event, pottery workshop,
Oh,
pottery session, and the person who would be teaching, he was coming from Goa, and he had a very like he is experienced into pottery, and he had been doing it for such a long time. And in his Insta page, I saw a lot of cool art pieces being displayed. And I was like, oh, this is the very right time. I should, like, definitely go for this and join this. And so, and I think I remember this that so there were limited entries because it's like a setup. The clay needs to be provided, terracotta thick
yes.
clay. So yeah, the best thing is about being in IIT is you get to attend these events for free. Like if you're outside, like I see nowadays these pottery workshops and all, they would be charging some around 2000 and all.
Yeah.
So that's another plus one. I am happy that I did it at that time. And there were like some 50 entries at that time.
Only
And
50.
yeah, only 50 entries. And I had missed it also. When I wanted to put up my registration, it showed that entry, it's over. And then I was like, okay, now I have to call up my design friends and like, if there's some other spot, just I wanted it so badly that I called them up and I was like, can you, like, I didn't know that it would be over so fast, right? So, and then they said, okay, we'll put up 5 or 6 more seats of like that. And so you do it as quickly as it comes up. And then they again put it up and I quickly did it. And finally I was there.
Nice. So they even taught you how to do pottery, or how was it? Workshop.
I was expecting that wheel kind of thing, that pottery
Yeah.
wheel, but it was not there. But whatever they taught was like throwing the clay and molding it and giving it shape and different techniques of sticking the mud pieces together, how it would be attached, because it would be kind of semi-dry kind of. So you need to use water sticks and to carve some, like for carvings or sticking the clay parts together. He taught us different techniques, and the best thing was that he could take up any structure of clay and would make a cartoon character out of it, like a cartoon
Oh,
holding. We did it, and you were getting like, there was a lot of clay and terracottas. You can take as many, and then you can build it up. The person was helping, like the mentor was helping to give to make you understand where you can do what and all.
so pottery workshop, fashion show, two things. Apart from that, any other thing which you have in mind? Like, this is what I tried in IIT along with masters.
Okay, so in IITs, whatever event they would come up, I would like to anchor. So earlier I had the stage fright of speaking in front of everyone, and I wanted to get
Mm.
rid out of that. So nearly whatever events would come up, I would be like, I want to anchor. So from
Oh,
freshers to farewell to any other event, I'll just give my name there. So I did anchor to all of like lot of events, and I would like to highlight one which was like which gave me a different aspect of uh like
okay.
life without coding, or like
Yes.
it was into I'll come to it. So it was into space research, like space stuff. Like, in my class 9th and 10th, I used to be so enthusiastic about being a astrophysicist. So through anchoring or participating in this event, I got to meet one of a person. Okay, I'll come to that event. So it was a research scholar day and I was
Mhm.
anchoring. So my job, I was anchoring in the second half of the event. And my job was to introduce the speakers and the guest speakers who are coming up for that day's show.
Mm.
So I introduced the CEO of Skyroot. Have you heard of Skyroot? So it's like
No.
a Indian space startup, a
Okay.
private Indian space startup, and they had even launched Vikram series of low Earth orbital satellites in ISRO. Like it was in this Satish Space Center, which is at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. They have done it. Like
Yeah.
it was a
Mm.
successful launch there. And the CEO had come to speak. And after interacting with him, so I was asking about like what are the next thing they are looking for and all.
Hmm.
So at that time, it was in 2023. He said that like I was asking them from a placement thing, right?
Okay.
Like
Being a
what are the
placement coordinator, that goes back of your mind.
yes. So things are, is it up for placements and all? Because I was very interested seeing that a space startup is coming
Mm.
and like a successful space startup and it is coming and giving us a talk. Would it be coming for placements? And that year that they came for placements and they were mainly focusing on this propulsion systems. Like who all knows propulsion? For
Then
CS, there was the scope was less, but they wanted a person who would be more into Python coding. Other side that they were looking into propulsion system. And in 2024, like I found that they have built the propulsion system now, and they have tested it in that ISRO center. It's like Kalam 250, and that is being used to for that Vikram series thing. So it feels so good that you were in such a close, like
yeah.
you talk with that person, you were in a close contact. You saw how they grew up and you could see the chances of like what they're working on and like that's being in IITs, right? You get to work on the cutting edge technologies, like right? That's what that yeah, so that experience was truly amazing. Like and the best thing is that okay, one more motivation one if I do anchoring or any of the events, like you can dress up and the pics would come up good.
Yeah.
Like you will get DSLR pics, right? So that was another kind of a
Yeah.
motivation.
Nice.
Mostly, but
Um,
because of anchoring, I met a lot of people. I talked with a lot of people, and the next time, like the people with whom I worked, the next time if any such anchoring needs come up, they would be contacting me saying, "Are you up? You can come over here and anchor." Then I would go. It feels so good. Like you have a life outside your academics, and you
then,
have got friends outside academics. Like
yeah.
some
Yeah.
common interests which you enjoy.
Yeah, I think that is the best feeling.
Yeah.
People calling you for all these activities.
Yeah.
Cool. Anchoring हो गया. Fashion show, pottery, anchoring. Uh, I don't know if it is a hobby or not. I really like the pics which you take of all the scenery and everything. So was there any conscious efforts put into that as well?
I just try to make it look artistic.
There,
Yeah, especially the sunsets would be so amazing at IDH. Like the sky would turn purple, pink, the different
yeah.
shades of color, and you cannot stop yourself from taking some good pic. Like otherwise, you feel you cannot do justice to the beauty you are seeing.
Was there any conscious efforts on taking these photos whenever you see any? Like this is something which could be artistic, so I should take this photo.
Yeah, I generally to take it. And the thing was that in my till my class 10th, I used to I was into painting and art competitions. I had
Uh,
done a lot of artworks and all. So like maybe it's coming from there.
because I have seen bunch of photos of sunsets, classrooms, and all the random designs which are there in
Yeah,
IITA.
yeah, right.
All the photos
So
you
yeah,
have
I love
taken.
taking that. Yeah.
Yeah. You were VP of one of the,
Yes, it was my first year, and then like at that
what was
time,
it? ACM.
yeah, ACM Women Club. So this ACM Women Club was being newly set up in ITH. Uh,
Is it similar to IEEE chapter which goes there?
yeah, you can say
Wo-
IEEE chapters, yeah.
Got it.
So it was newly set up, and my faculty sponsor who was there, she was my MTech interview panelist. So
Oh,
she knew me, and when we were having this meetup, like, so all the female students were there. So this is mainly focused for computer science students.
yeah.
It was initially brought up as a computer science thing. So BTech, MTech were there. PhDs, they were not much that interested. So we were there, and she called us and she wanted to set it up. So
Mm,
like the BTechs who were there initially, she made one of them the chair, and then she told me, Anwesha, you can be the vice chair. And I was so shocked. I never expected that I can be a like a vice chair of some club, and it
mm,
means taking so much responsibility, right? It's not
yeah.
like attending some events and then just letting it go and not doing things much about it, but it's like you have to continue it. And it was my first year, so you need to continue it from first year, second year, third year. And
Yeah.
then third year, there would be placements, and you don't know how to, like, how, you're not sure if you can give that commitment.
Mm.
And like, I think I was not that confident in myself if I can do that or carry that. But she was so confident on me. She told, no, you can do it. Like her, like the belief she had, it infused belief in me. And then I took up that post. And so
What
it
all
went.
things I think you are expected to organize one event every year or two events every
Yeah,
year.
yeah, right, right. So initially we are struggling with that, and like we still could bring up speakers. Like I think we conducted some three events that year, but that was also a lot for someone who is like very new to it.
Yeah.
So
Three
yeah,
events and you were involved, I guess, in end-to-end planning, organizing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to be, and there were a lot of members also. Like
Yeah.
we have a web team, social team, and
Yeah.
all who would be managing the social media part or the website part.
Yeah.
Events team who would be helping with the logistics and all. So we had this talk session, and like we asked some IASC professor to give a talk,
Yeah.
and the second was this hour of code event. So it is like a event, worldwide event, which
Wow.
anyone can. It happens in first week of December. It is aimed to educate people to code or
Yes.
to normalize coding like that to any people, like any non-technical or technical person.
Hmm.
So we took that session, and like a lot of students came, focused to BTech students. A lot
Hmm.
of BTech came, and we were giving them a view of like see first year and second year BTech. Third year and fourth year, they are already like
Yeah.
good with
You won't
coding and all.
give anything to
Yeah,
code.
exactly. Yeah, so we had that and some small games and quizzes. And for that, we from ACM, it was instructed that if you do hour of code, and then we can sponsor your pizza party. So then they sent money in dollars to do
Yeah.
pizza party. So it was good. And the next one was a coding hackathon kind of, and it was with collaboration with NIT Suratkal. So they
Hmm.
approached us, we approached, and we together conducted a hackathon. So our job was to provide with some questions. They provided some questions, a competitive question, competitive coding questions, and then together we had set it up.
And where it was conducted in your college only.
So that one was online.
Okay.
Anyone can do it. So it was out for everyone. So it was like that. And like the best thing was that so that year I was the chair. Then I became chair, and then currently right now, like as I was passing out, we hosted ACM grad cohort 2024. Like IIT Hyderabad hosted it. Previous year IISc had hosted it, and this time we hosted it. So we aimed for female BTech, MTech, master, PhD students and professionals also, teachers and everyone. They came, like everyone was invited. So all over India, students came, people came. It was a 2-day event. Logistics and everything was taken care of. Like they were getting accommodation in our college and food and everything. Like there would be a overall ACM India chair and vice chair, right? Who would be managing all these activities of different clubs, right? So they also
Hmm.
traveled. So it was interacting with them, putting
Wow.
up flyers and posters and designing the putting up the cards and certificates and everything. And we
Like,
could also select, like we selected a new set of hires, the next hires. So they were also actively doing it because when this event was there, we were not in campus, we passed out. So it was like we
wow.
handed it up to them. So they finally like successfully did it. So it was like a good moment.
Oh man. Like got to know about event management, how to manage big events, teams, everything from this thing.
Yeah, and it would be so frustrating at times, like when people won't show not much enthusiasm, and then you have to
That
keep
is
going.
the exact next question I wanted to ask. How did you manage to get audience for this?
More than the audience, it was like to keep your team members motivated. Initially, I used to I used to be so frustrated. Then once I said, no, I don't want to continue this anymore. Like people don't there wouldn't be sufficient team meetings and all. People won't come up and all. But then my faculty sponsor, she would be there and she would be every time giving us extra energy and enthusiasm that okay, if you're not able to do it, okay, I'll take charge of this. I'll
Wow.
also She also took initiative about spreading it across the computer science department, and so we would put it up everywhere, and then it was like that.
हम्म, इसमें
And
थोड़ा
then at times when we feel that not many people are interested, but then some people would come up and they would say, "When are you conducting this event? Or when are you conducting this event? We like this event," and
yeah.
that would give us more energy to drive the next session.
Yeah, nice. See, I have been part of TEDx events, so I know how difficult it is to manage different teams not doing work and then even turn up how to get audience then. That is another question. I think you must have learned a lot of things from here, right? End-to-end management, how to manage these things. Did that give you a thought like, should I go in management career or
No,
technical? Was
event
there any?
management definitely no. God, that would kind of it's like so frustrating.
But high responsibility, high rewards. Did you think anything on that lines? Like,
No,
if I can
once that
manage
is
this kind
done,
of
you would
people, I can easily manage corporate people.
once that is done, then you would like the satisfaction would be more. But then coming to when I think of it, I'm talking of event management, kind of
Yeah.
is management. So now I feel it's better that you code and that piece and you find a bug and you fix that bug, it will give me same. I'm happy.
Because for me, it was that kicked me to go and try management after the events.
Okay.
Hmm. Interesting perspective. Event management is difficult. Yeah, it is difficult, but I thought it is like I had this feeling that if you are coding, then there is no sense of what you say. Every day you are doing the same job again and again. There is no that thrill. Something will happen. कुछ फट जाएगा यहाँ पे.
Yeah,
In
the
event management, every day is new.
amount of non-deterministic things that can happen suddenly out of moment there in
Yeah.
event management, that's the highest.
Yeah, and
Like
that
things
is what
can
gives
go,
you thrill, na, कि you should continue that.
and you have to take decision very fast at that time. And that decisions you might be used to taking such decisions, or you might not have faced that situation before, and you need
Yeah,
to take it that time.
yeah. That is what excited me the most. Like, अच्छा, कुछ नया हो रहा है रोज. Let's try this. It is better than coding and doing the same thing.
Once or so in a year, that's fine. Like which I had been doing, like that part-time kind of thing is good, but not a full-time definitely.
Nice. Interesting perspective on this. Cool. और कुछ है? Any other activity which you want to showcase? Like, this is something cool which you did apart from curriculum.
There would be a couple of sessions going on every now and then. So I remember this guest stalled art therapy where a psychologist came and it would be like a therapy kind of session through art and music. Then there was this a project was going on by Heritage Science and Heritage Department. It was a project by two people and it was they wanted to check brain waves or something while you do Trakata meditation. I installed this Duolingo and I thought of learning Spanish. And I used to go for swimming for 1 hour every day.
Oh,
So
nice.
I used to be very, very scared of water. I used to be so scared that I used to scared of water getting into my ears. Like it used to be the most irritating thing. Forget about swimming. So I thought, no, this is the time I should get rid of it.
So you learned
Yeah.
swimming there only.
Yeah, and yes, I think that's the best decision I took to learn swimming in
Mm.
IITH.
Okay. Nice.
Then I also got into driving. Like I took up driving lessons from a nearby driving school, dance competition.
Huh. Okay. You
What
have
what
tried
what?
so many things and dances only.
Oh no, I'm not interested in dancing. No.
So you have tried fashion show, pottery, anchoring, lots of anchoring events, organized 3 events for ACM photography, volunteered in experiments as well, and at the same time published 4 research papers and 8 pointers. How did you manage to time?
See, all these events won't happen in a single day. So hardly it would take max 1 hour if you are doing it, then that's well and good, right? It is like kind of
Okay.
how you take some break. So I don't go for watch, like I didn't like suppose you're thinking you watch movies, right? People watch movies. They watch 2 3 hours movies. So instead of that, you are putting it here. So and
Well,
that's also very less time.
so every time there is a workshop, you used to go there just for the sake of some excitement or at least something new you would learn out of curiosity. If someone is just going to join any masters, be it in IITs or outside IITs, what would be your suggestions for them?
So I would say to enjoy the process of like the 2 years or 3 years which you are getting. Those are the golden years, and you won't get it like again. And once you are in such a place in IIT, like the stage which you are getting, you should utilize that stage and leverage your opportunity. That's how it's different. Like other than placements, you can end up in even you can choose you can shift from non like tech roles to non-tech. Maybe you thought you want to be in coding, but then you realize you want to go to product management or investment banking, and there's a lot of scope of doing that. Right? You too explored, right? Athar, right? You too found yourself out like that, right? So we
Yeah,
never know what can like at one point what can strike us and take us to a different route, which we love.
yeah. I think specifically if you are getting IIT, you should go. Anyhow, you would explore different side of you for sure. I really hope that this video would have given you a different perspective on masters. यार मतलब आईआईटी में आने के बाद प्लेस तो सब हो ही जाता है if you work smartly. But memories which you make here, new things which you try, would be a lifelong memory, and that would give you a lot more confidence than just studies. So I hope that if you are thinking of doing any masters, you will definitely try new things along with your studies. And अगर वो take away हो गया है, so that is good enough for me. So चलो bye and see you in the next video.